All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, and Kakwadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of GMS, as well as the other elder bishops and the hopeful elect as well, the 1/3, 144,000. All right, the house of David. We believe that we are the elect, the chosen, through the spirit of faith, sent down. Okay, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigner Gentiles that might look like the heathen nations. You are the true biblical bloodline Israelites, all right, that go back to that covenant and seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right, not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right. That didn't even make too much sense, but I had to say it. But yeah, I'm gonna play this video real quick and see what the video gonna do. The topic of this lesson should be maybe the Lord's gonna clean up the black community as well as you other tribes. But let's just play this video to start out. Turn off the Bluetooth. Okay. This your boy Hassan Campbell. According to the Copyright Act, you know what I'm saying? I'm only using this for educational purposes. That's all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not making any type of anything off of incentives off of this. Just for educational purposes only. So here we go.
In traffic, and you see a Nissan Altima speeding.
Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost nothing for you to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Black people are really struggling, and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel, and, you know, look, nobody hates black people for being black.
First off, I gotta come to the defense because I'm not gonna be talking too much during this. I want this to play out. But what do you expect from let this nigga go inside so he knows he ass. What do you expect when you strip a people of their nationality? Okay, because the scriptures speak about how you devils, you Edomites, so-called white man, you furthered the affliction. Okay, the Most High allowed you to punish us. Another lesson for another, time. Okay, as a nation of people, to chasten us as a people because we was going off, just like you see today. Clear example. Okay, it's almost the only cure to a nation of people completely being degenerate, because we're supposed to be the people of the Most High. The scriptures say that he turned his face away from us until, which is all prophetic. All of this is prophetic, but because he already had it purpose. The Most High already had it purpose to gather us back, but only a remnant in the end times. All right, and that's where we're at now. But again, you furthered the affliction. You stripped us of our nationality, our original language. Then not only that, you lied about it. Said we was Africans, we was speaking Swahili. Okay, all of this degenerism. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just number one. We ain't really even talking about the rap music. We're not even talking about the infiltration and enchantments and spells, okay, which are easier to place upon a people who are stripped. Okay, you have nothing mentally, spiritually, or physically to just let go out of slavery and told that they're free when they're not even free. They didn't even go nowhere. It's still here today, suffering the redlining and the undertone of hatred, okay, which is even worse. Being totally deceived, okay? So I just had to throw that in there because these devils, they talk as if there's an even playing field, as if they've done nothing. Very disgusting work.
If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare, and I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative. Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder.
And really, that's true, but really for you devils, and you know it, your experience with black people is very small, unless you just want to be up in their face and you take your ass over there. But yeah, nigga might be rude to you in traffic or whatever, but so-called black people, we've been speaking about the fatigue that we have. So-called other black people have more fatigue with other black people than you do. Altogether. Okay? You don't really have to deal with that. Living in the neighborhoods, getting your shit stolen, you might get shot at or asked where you from and all that. You don't have to deal with that. Niggas are just rude to you niggas, all right? Just like the Mexicans, right? The Latino, they press each other more than look at this shit. These niggas are so fucking weird, nigga. What is this? Oh, see who you was, nigga. But like I said, you know what I mean? So, like I said, me being a so-called black person, Latinos, they go at each other. They'll go at each other before they actually go with me. You know, go at it with me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they try to be friends with me, cause he not Mexican. You know what I'm saying? But you niggas, you Edomites, man, you full of shit, man. Okay, road rage. Everybody's mad on the road, man. Not just black people. Okay, but let me finish playing this, cause there's a reason for this, and you know. We'll get to it.
And you say, you're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane, and, you know, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society. Like, that's it. Their interaction is they are a waiter.
And see, these people are mad they can't build with us. When you go into the book of Ezra, when you go into the Esdras, Prophet Esdras, I think it was Cyrus the Great or Darius, either one of those kings, you know, the Persians and the Medes, when they took down the Babylonians, the first thing they did was told us, which that was already prophecy during that day. Jeremiah, the prophet, had prophesied to, the tribe of Judah in that day that, look, you're going to go into slavery under the Chaldeans, the Babylonians, for 70 years, then, I'm going to allow you to come back home. And that played out through the Persians and the Medes letting us go back to our homeland, you know, from being exiled and rebuild the temple. And they wanted to build with us. And we made it clear that, no, you have nothing to do to build with us. This is our power. This is our God. You can't build with us. And they sent letters to the king complaining that if you let these people build, you know, continue to build their temple, man, they're going to be rebellious. They're not going to listen to the king's decrees. And that's true. There's a level of rebelliousness as the people of the Most High that we supposed to have anyway. Okay? And see, if we was 100% committed to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, we wouldn't even be in this situation. All right? And that's why we so mad at you fucking 2/3. Because here it is. We got to be, you know, we got to be here going through this, you know, for our own sins too, but mainly you, because the scriptures speak about this wicked and adulterous generation, that all of these things shall not pass until you wicked niggas are judged, man, as well as you other people. You know, all of the things that I just mentioned is talking about what Matthew 24 is all the plagues, the disruptions, the economic collapse, the goddamn job loss, you know, poverty, oppression, captivity, bills. It speaks about that in Haggai, man. Like you having holes in your pockets every time you get some money, you know. All right? And our people don't want to acknowledge and take any accountability to that, because believing on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is so far left, because they've been indoctrinated through Christianity, Roman Catholicism, the Islam, all these different pseudo religions and sciences that the so-called white man has presented to a people that were completely stripped of identity, man. What the fuck do you expect?
They have no respect for society. Like, that's it. Their
Why would they?
interaction is they are a waiter, and they wait on a black table, and the black people don't tip. And like, that's most people's interaction.
And who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you that you care? And on top of that, nigga, who gives a fuck a tip, nigga? Okay, your speech is condemning one to death the way these Edomites talk. Okay, a tip, nigga. And why would they care? You know, within the last 30 years, 40 years, really society just now really start letting Jake really get a foothold in society, get homes and get into these upper echelon jobs and stuff. Really, if you want to be real about it, because we had to get it out the mud. Okay, the rest of you had cheat codes, you knew how to invest here, you had all the little secrets to get your money up. All right, we were redlined, okay, out of everything, okay? No, couldn't get no loans, nothing. Of course, there's always the token niggas, okay, but they had to sell their damn soul, man. So why, what the fuck would we care about this place? Let me start off with this, because this is the fucking problem with you Jakes, man. Okay, and now we're learning to appreciate, okay, what the Lord has prescribed, all right? Because now we're seeing this thing full-fledged, like we always tell you. Where's that in Romans? Okay, the creature was made subject to vanity. Okay, because people have questions. Why did if there is no free will and all of that, and you know, why did Adam go off? Why God couldn't just, you know, why did Adam and Eve go off? Why he couldn't just let them be perfect? And that was the argument that the prophet Esdras had with the Most High. Okay, but according to this purpose, now we understand good and evil. We understand, because one thing to know of evil, but it's another thing to really experience. All right, and now we want to be rooted in righteousness. We don't even want, because you could know of evil, but try to be righteous and not experience the evil, and it's always in the back of your mind something that you might go after because you don't know the repercussions. It's kind of like when your parent, you know, 2 years old, don't touch that stove, it's hot. You ain't never touched a hot stove yet. Okay, so eventually you're gonna do it. You might wait till you 5 to do it. Burn your goddamn hand off. You know, that happened to my little sister. She knew not to touch that stove for a while. My mom whooped her for no reason by the stove twice. So she would never touch it, never touched it. And then one day she touched that. Oh, she did that to the wall sockets too, my mother. One day when wasn't nobody looking and she had got older. She was probably what, 6, 7, 8 at this time. Put something in that wall socket. Luckily it was like an extension. I forget what you call them. But the little piece of metal she stuck in the little socket and melted into her hand. So she learned the hard way. All right, Deuteronomy 4. Okay, start at 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and to the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go in the land and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh of your fathers giveth you. You know what I'm saying? All right, and we actually had our own sovereignty at one point. Look up the word sovereignty, man. That's what we actually need. Sovereignty. To be sovereign means you don't answer to nobody. You don't get locked up in jail. Okay, you govern your own people. You have your own government. And that's what this being an Israelite should be, under these law, statutes, commandments. So we didn't appreciate that, because the Lord gave us a government. He gave us a regulation, how to live and live forever in abundance and safety and peace and prosperity and rich, wealth, strength, health. Okay, there's over 600 and something laws, statutes, commandments. And a lot of those laws goes into your health and how to live longer, how to clean, okay, how to cook properly, how to wear the right clothing to, you know, alkaline your immune system and stuff like that, man. How to deal with weighty matters of lawlessness, how to deal with poverty, how to cure poverty. Okay, this poverty you see today, it shouldn't, according to the Bible, man. There's laws set in order so that it don't get to that point. Okay, community. Okay, it says 1 second. Five, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Moses was in charge of, okay, the Levite priests, okay, presenting this to Israel. Keep therefore and do them. And the world is not being governed. All right. The people that rule this world, the small hats that claim to be us, they're not governing the world by these scriptures. That's why everybody's complaining and crying out. And there was also just a little movement of people all around, okay, thinking the rapture was coming a couple days ago, looking stupid. All right, what do you think that's about? People are ready to get the fuck out of here, man. But hey, they don't want the trouble ain't even started yet. Okay, it's only the beginning, and you people ain't right because your sins are not atoned for. All right. As a matter of fact, we getting ready to keep the Day of Atonement. You don't know nothing about it, and you're not covered by the blood of Hamashiach Yahawashi. All right, you're calling on Jesus Christ. True name is Yahawashi, man. For what nation, it says, 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Yet all of these people, like this Edomite talking shit right here. If you were keeping the ways of the Most High, none of these people would have an excuse to say anything, because their excuse is genocide and being justified with it. Like, look, these people are so wicked. They're animalistic. They're 3/4 of a human. They come from monkeys. What do you expect? We just have to get rid of them by any means. And the world claps their hands. People are clapping their hands at this now because you niggas have really driven it up, man. You ran it up. The wicked bag, man. You ran up the wickedness bag, man. Okay? And love it, too. You still doing it. And you niggas wanna cry out and talk, and now you hate white people. Well, why don't you fucking deal with your own, you niggas are still not, you tribes are still not dealing with the Israelite woman, which is the first thing you need to address in your communities. Take back your nuts, you Negro, Latino, and Native American men, because your women are completely out of order. And they're even acting like they're part of the revolution, when they're really a part of the destruction. There's a quote of, you could tell how a nation of men are doing by looking at their women. All right, and our women are an embarrassment. As a nation of men, we have no control over them. They've gone after the ways of the serpent. They'll call the cops on you for putting them in order. Okay, they don't want to raise children. All right, they want to be bad bitches and dumbasses if they do have children. So that's like not raising children. So they're single-handedly destroying our people, and you simp niggas as well, man. Why that's never being addressed? All of these conversations about you niggas need to come together and all that, but the basic function, man and woman won't even come together. And if you talk to these women about coming back according to the Bible, they not gonna do it. They don't even believe in the scriptures. They're going after the serpent completely, man. So you Jakes are not mentally strong enough to leave their ass behind, all right, and set your eyes towards the kingdom, all right, because we'll have the righteous, pure women real soon, Isaiah 4:1, and also the kingdom. Okay, but these batch of women now, these modern women, you gotta let their ass go, bro. If there's any progress, you gotta let their ass go today. You know what I'm saying? Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. What are the nations? Esau, Edom, Ishmael, the Arabs, Elam, the East Indians, okay, Moab and Ammon, the Chinese, Japanese, and all 8 different tribes. They're all saying the same shit about you niggas. Even other so-called blacks and Latinos are saying shit about you niggas. Okay? Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So really, if we were to be persecuted for anything, okay, we would be completely blameless. These people wouldn't be able to make up anything. All right, which the twist is, if we were actually in good standing with the Most High as a nation, we wouldn't even be going through this. We'd be the head and they'd be the tail. We wouldn't be the tail and they'd be the head. And you tribes, you've accepted being the tail. All right, as long as you could chase a rap career or some bad bitch career, social media career, some shit. As long as you get a piece of the pie, man. But you're still the tail, and that was never the design. All right. It says, so our people are known for their athleticism, But the false doctrine and false accusations against our people is that we have low IQ. That whole shit is rigged. Okay, and then again, we already explained at the top of this lesson, okay, our people ain't doing too well. They're sick, as the scriptures say. And they're still smarter and better than you fucking other nations. Okay? But we're not known for being great and a wise people. Now, all these inventions belong to us. Every important invention plus more belong to us. It's just that the so-called white man, he's the colonizer, he's the thief. So we're the tail. So he has rights over it. We're lucky to get credit for the stuff that has come to the light. Okay? It says a lot of times he gives us he put the weak shit out there, like peanut butter. Like, nigga, okay, yeah, peanut butter and jelly, but nigga, come on, dog. Oh yeah, you created the comb stick. The door handle, that's it, nigga. Some peanut butter, nigga. 300 ways to move some peanuts, nigga. Like, come on, dog. Okay? It says, Deuteronomy 4, it's talking about the ways, the laws, statutes, commandments. All right, there's a science behind the law, statutes, commandments within itself. They show you that Wakanda. You see the state those Jakes was in that movie, that fictional movie, Wakanda. They were in order. All right, and that represents our people. Okay, the technology would come along with us being left alone, being sovereign, and being in our right minds. All right, seeking out knowledge. Okay, the knowledge is the beginning of fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom. So we wouldn't even become this low to where these heathens would have their foot on our necks if we was in good standing with the Most High. We would always be on top of our shit and they shit. Okay, we would know who our enemies was, and we would know that we couldn't allow them to get any type of foothold, any advantage. That's dealing with any, scholarship. That's dealing with, education. That's dealing with everything. See, but when we detach from the Most High as a people, that's when we're not functional anymore. Okay, because that's our rock. It says, for what nation is there so great? This is what these nations is supposed to be saying about us. Now, they'll say that about Jordan, the few niggas, Mayweather get his fame, but he's still much hated. We're known for these court gesture attributes. Entertainment, which is a slave trait. Okay, we should be known for the great invention, but we're not known for that. We're underneath the devil, man. Okay, but I'm just saying though, this is what the scriptures say. We're gonna start at 7 again. For what nation is there so great who hath God so nigh unto them as the Lord our power is in all these things that we call upon him for? Okay, 6. Surely this nation is a wise and understanding people. 8. And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? That's how they're supposed to look at us, as a nation of people. And it was the so-called white man's job, all right, the devil the Bible speaks of, to disrupt any level of excellence we had. That's why the scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, so the wicked seduceth him. Because when we had our own communities coming out of slavery, the devil burned them all down. We had some law and integrity and morale, okay, going on throughout our households. The devil disrupted that, integrated us back into around these other wicked ass nations of people via Martin Luther King, was a setup, okay, and then started indoctrinating us. Now, if you don't get your gay ass out my face, man, god damn, nigga. You fucking man. You know what I'm saying? So we're not known for any of these attributes. And even if we were, I mean, at this point in time, they would demonize that, because that's what the elect, we're being brought back to the, we should be known for the things we go out there and speak. We curse our people out. We've changed our lives. The feds, they watch us. They know what we do. We're upstanding citizens. Okay, but we've gotten too far beneath. Now, okay, you Jakes, you got to pay, man, and we got to watch. Okay, we also have to prove ourselves to Yahweh Bashim Shai, because we're just now coming back. We're trying to make our way back to that good estate with the Lord, man. All right, at some point in our lives, we had our back against the Most High too. Turned to the Most High too. Before we knew of the Most High, we were, you know, our parents didn't teach us this, all right, and we were living as fucking heathens, man. As Gentiles. It says, for what nation is, okay? 1 second. One second. The land. It says, it started 26, Deuteronomy 4 and 26. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day that ye should, I'm gonna play some more of the video, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. See that? Why? Let's look at 25. When thou shalt beget children and children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves and make a graven image or likeness of anything, okay, and shall do evil in the sight of the Lord thy power to provoke him to anger. And that's all you do. You worship money, you worship yourself, you women, you worship yourself, you worship you know, this world and the things that are in it. And you're not supposed to do that as Israelites. You're supposed to worship Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. So this is why you're in this situation. Now you gotta hate the white man because they getting ready to tear your ass up. Okay, 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen. See that? Whither the Lord shall lead you. So now the heathen are debating on your fate. And the majority of our people, you left out there alone. The Most High ain't with you. You turned your back on him. Okay, he showed mercy by extending his hand, bringing you forth the prophets. You didn't want nothing to do with that. Okay, so now, hey, you're going to be by yourself, man. When thou art in tribulation, yeah, and all of these things are come upon thee, yeah, we in that time. Even in the latter days, yeah, see? If thou turn to the Lord thy power and shall be obedient to his voice, you see? For the Lord Yahweh thy power is merciful power. Yeah, through the prophets, that was an extension of mercy. Why do these niggas want to come out here and stare? You niggas are gay. That's another reason why I can't wait to get out of here. All you fucking Babylonian men are fucking faggots, man. Okay? It says, if thou turn to the Lord thy power and shall be obedient unto his voice. See? Yeah, his voice, the prophets. Okay? He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto thee. And those who have repented, or us, it's an everyday thing. Okay? Really just bearing our cross so that we can be covered by the blood of Mashiach. Okay, we get a lot of grace and room, all right, because we're not perfect. We can't keep the law perfect. But we do believe on and we cry out to Yahweh Shai to come back and destroy this man and his system. That's what's the most important right now, because the system is going out anyway. All right, so what would the system have effect on you if you ready to get the fuck out of here? Faith is very important in these last days. And I'm going to show you what you're, I'm going to play a little more of that video. And then I'm going to get something else. Yeah, get your gay fucking ass out of here, nigga.
Actions and stuff like that. They go to the DMV and they see a black person behind the counter and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude. Now, it just goes to show people are not racist. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude. That people don't, it's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration and respect. And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people, wouldn't you say?
You live your life knowing another black person takes a much higher risk of being mugged by a black person than you Edomites. So-called black people don't even mess with you Edomites. So these devils are trying to go along with the narrative that we as a people experience under these curses in Deuteronomy 28. I just read a few of them. I was going to grab it, some of them same verses out of actual 28th chapter. That's that whole chapter goes into the blessing and curses But they just playing off that narrative because you niggas are guilty. You fucking guilty. I mean, we as, you know, being of the nation of Israel, of our own people, can't even side with you. I mean, we have to agree with the fucking heathen. And that's a fucking shame. You niggas are gone. And it's really because of that fucking woman. The Israelite woman is the degenerate. She's completely degenerate. You men have a chance, but you, now the nation is turned into a matriarch. The women rule over the nation. It says that in the book of Isaiah. Children and women. Okay, these heathens and women rule over the Israelite man. Okay? So now they playing in your face. Okay, and then the cases that do happen, well, shit, what you expect? Okay, they say you get what, you know, karma. I mean, that's just like if you, all right, your dad go out and steal a home and let you live in it, and somehow his fucking, the dude who got his house stolen, his descendants after him, or his fucking children after him, they come looking for you. They find the house and say, hey, hold on, we know what you did. You stole our, you know, and then there's repercussions. Your dad stole it, but you live it in there, but you get judged for it. Let's say they come back, the people who got it, the house stolen from them, their children come back and blow everybody away in there. You guilty by association. I mean, that's, you get what you know. So if that was happening, what about the hundreds of years of rape, rob, and murder that you devils don't want to take accountability for?
If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people. It doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want black people to take accountability. And I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time.
So what if they take accountability? Will you let them? Will you give them the reparations? Would you let them just go live sovereign somewhere and leave them the fuck alone and build their own shit and tell them the truth? Like, look, we lied to you about this, this, and that. Here are the hidden knowledges y'all gave us. Go build your own city. We'll leave you alone and we'll mind our business. Are you gonna do that? No. You're not gonna do that. And the Lord knows that, man. That's why the book is written the way it is. We need to be saved, man, out of the hands of you fucking devils. Because you're known as, in Revelations, the accuser of the brethren. The only people that call themselves brothers is the so-called Israelite man, okay? And your job is to accuse them when really you're the biggest criminal on the earth. Okay? So these devils, they're doing their job, but you Jakes ain't doing your job. So really they're more righteous than you. Okay, at this point, they're being the devil. That's their design. That's who the Most High molded these people to be. You over here crying for them, trying to get them accepted into the kingdom. If the white man can't make it, I don't want to make it. Okay, but you going off like a motherfucker. Your job is towards your people in the Most High, your neighbors, which are your people in the Most High. You won't put the Christianity away. Because I just mentioned neighbor. You think that means your literal neighbor. That's talking about your kinsman. Your fellow Israelite. Because look how they're coming together, all lying. And it's weird. It's very strange. Because they playing in your face. And they're all lying in your face. They're all acting like, you know, they've experienced this fatigue personally. These people ain't experienced. We done experienced. The average so-called black man that is not so degenerate done suffered way more. I mean, we've suffered so much at the hands of you wicked niggas, man. And just had to be quiet about it. And then by the time we get older, our neighborhoods are gentrified and it's all peaceful to walk down the street. But the whole time you growing up in the neighborhood, you fending for your life day to day because some wicked nigga or some dumb bitches, you know, you niggas in trouble.
I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And sometimes extremely negative. Like I could...
Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. This is why we've been warning you. The prophet's been warning you, why these other false prophets and these other Hebrew Israelite camps been telling you ain't no Jacob's trouble coming. Let's get this in the last, I wanted to end it with Daniel 9. And you can watch that whole thing if you want. You know what I'm saying? Go to Dude channel. Okay. This is Daniel 9:5. And until you come back to the Lord, okay, you're not going to fully understand and you're not going to have any peace, any rest, any comfort. You're going to continue to seek love from these. And that's what you see Jake doing. Jake is out here agreeing and laughing. Man, I could show you some disgusting ass videos, bro, of the heathen calling Jake monkeys in their face and everything. And Jake is all humble with them and laughing and smirking and getting all soft and sensitive. I'm like, damn, where's that energy with your own? The black woman, the black man, they, you know, blatant racism to the face. And you could tell it's like, Jake is lost. They look at these heathens as better than them. Just defeated in the spirit. You niggas are defeated, man. It's disgusting. But when you treat your own people, you're divided. You don't want to be near them. Okay? And I ain't even talking about Pookie and Ray Ray. Just the average nigga in niglet. Latin and Mexican, whatever. You know, you all pieces of shit, man. This is Daniel 9:5. We have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. And we're taking accountability for that. It is what it is, man. This thing is tough day in and day out, but you know what? I always thank the Most High. Just thank you anyway for putting us on this path to redemption and giving us this truth and giving us some type of comfort and forgiving us, you know, not just leaving us out there, man. You know, because I want to show some of the videos how Jake be getting how they be getting talked to, and then how Jake be sitting up there looking all fucking dismayed and shit. God damn, girl, who the fuck is that? Bitch, that bitch had them panties on, what the fuck? God damn, bitch came out in some panties and went back in. Shit, I'm trying to get you out here, what the fuck? Salakia, man, my bad. We have sinned and have committed. And Salakia, you know, not trying to be like that, but, you know, yeah, we got to get out of here, man. The fact that you can gloat in a woman come out some panties, that's how corrupted it is, man. Shit, they all harlots, but, you know, we need our wives back, man. You know, you get a wife now, it's just because she needs your ass. She need to use you, that's it. Nothing is in its proper place, man. Okay, this is Daniel's 9:6. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, our fathers, and to all the people of the land. Yeah, the prophets are more important than your favorite celebrity. We're more important than Donald Trump, the king, okay, Denzel Washington. Them niggas get on Jay-Z, they get on the TV and say some shit, and you extol that shit to the heavens like the scriptures say. You know what I mean? All right, but you ain't hearing the Lord's voice, which are his prophets. So you're going into this thing completely confused and defeated already. You know, it says, O Lord, Yahweh, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of face, as at this day. And we used to use the speckled bird, you know, these Israelites that look like the heathen. You got a lot of Israelites that look like so-called white people, Arabs, Asians, East Indians, a lot. We're scattered in all these nations. But see, our bloodline is, but see, our people won't even take heed to that. Okay, and they can come off racist because a lot of these people that they hate are other Israelites, but they look like these other nations. We've been here trying to teach them that so they don't be in error against the Lord. A lot of you wicked ass niggas out there, you reject the Lord's people that might come looking like the other nations, these other camps, like IUIC, what's the mother niggas? I forget you other niggas, you other bugged out camps. Okay, Great Millstone is the true prophets. That's the house of the prophets. And that name is mentioned in Revelations 18, which our elders didn't give themselves that name. Okay, the Great Millstone is the very thing that's going to destroy this place. Okay, which that's a representation of something, another topic for another time. Okay, but confusion of faces, we used to use this scripture to go into the speckled bird, the Israelites that look like the heathen. And it makes sense because us being scattered among these and being, you know, scattered among these other nations, of course, you know, first, second, third generation, the physical image of Israelite starts to change. Like if you, as a so-called black man, I move to China and start putting my seed in those Moabite women, okay, eventually the child is going to look like them, but the seed is me. Okay, so you gonna have people saying, man, why he acting black? He's an Israelite. Okay, it says, O Lord, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Yeah, and that word confusion, it just goes into shame. All right, it's a shameful thing to speak on, going into captivity under these devils, our women being destroyed, us being up under all of these, bonds and contracts and legal system that's against us. It's all a shame. Okay, and our people don't even like speaking about these slavery movies no more, because it is a shameful thing. But the Lord wants you to remember this. Okay, the Lord is stirring up that ancient hatred against Esau and Jacob, and Jacob is going to win this time. Okay, but only the elect and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the northern kingdom as well, unto all Israel that are near and that are far off. Yeah, throughout all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass. See, that they have trespassed against thee. Yeah, so all this is happening to us, this shame, because of our trespass against the Lord. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings and to our princes and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. Even the people that you uphold of our people, which are all sellouts, these celebrities, okay, they're all being shamed now. Hollywood is destroyed. A lot of their dark secrets are coming out. A lot of you still don't want to believe that even your favorite artist like Chris Brown is a mo. Okay. To the Lord our power belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord. Yeah, you ain't hearing us, the prophets. Okay, our God, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. You see that? So you're not getting around the prophets. You esteeming these preachers in these churches. The Lord ain't dealing with them churches, man. He don't dwell in temples made with hands. The church is the body of Hamashiach, the elect members of the faith that the Most High has chosen. And ultimately, as a nation, we're the chosen nation of people. But on this side, there's a remnant. Okay? Yea, all Israel have transgressed the law, even by departing. And see, that's the thing. Still, under the old covenant, which was way harsher, we wasn't required to keep it perfectly. Now, there were certain things, weightier laws, you were required to keep perfectly. Otherwise, you were worthy of death. But even, right here it said, the problem is, where's we at? 1 second, man. We departed from the law as a people. Again, look at you dumbass niggas today. There is not even a residue of righteousness on you. Like, on my previous lesson, I went into that. I just randomly looked at a nigga the other day, and he just sitting back smoking. And it's like, damn, if a nigga's not a gang member, he's smoking cigarettes. If he ain't smoking cigarettes, he's smoking a black and mild. If he ain't smoking a black and mild, he's a homo. If he ain't that, then he's a pimp. If he ain't that, then he's some degenerate ass, coon ass nigga with a suit on and a smooth face. It just pissed me the fuck off. And I just shook my head and walked off. There just gotta be something. If the bitch ain't on the street selling the box, then she's a Muslim. She married, but she a Muslim though. She keeping Islam, but she married and she in order with her husband somewhat, but she a Muslim, which is the number one wickedness, abomination, serving other gods, man. This shit is crazy out here, man. What the fuck, bro? This shit is fucking crazy, man. Moles everywhere. Again, because we went off. All this wicked shit you see going on, wickedness going on, is because we fell, the Israelite man, okay? And we got to take back we got to take all this shit back. It starts with taking your cojones back, man. Serving the Lord indiscriminately, okay? Making yourself the sacrifice because you the one that gave it all up. We the ones that gave all this shit up. Gave up the position, man. So now we got to make our bodies a living sacrifice the only way. That's the shit Yahweh Shai showed us. Okay? We departed though. That was the point in 11. That they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. Yeah, this was an oath that we agreed to, that all these curses would come upon us Okay, the black man, the tribe, the women being, having an evil eye against her husband and her children. Latin, Negro, and Native American woman. And if you don't believe it, try to establish righteous order in your household and see not would them police get called. Okay, because you might have to go upside the broad head. That's not against the scriptures. You might. Now, do we condone it? No, it shouldn't have to get to that point, but there are even laws that deal with that. Stripes. You need your ass beat. Okay, these women are after the serpent. Okay. Of course, they use it for sex. Okay. So this was an oath. All of these curses now. Okay, gang violence. Your brother shall have an evil eye against the brother of his bosom. Jake can't even get along, killing each other. These are the curses that we face. You devils are not. Why don't you worry about the curses falling upon you now? Deuteronomy, where is that? 30 or 31? Why don't you heathens worry about the curses that are now falling upon you? The same curses that's coming upon us. And now you mad because now you're a bunch of degenerates, which you've always been. But now your women are going after Jake. Your women don't respect you. Now those curses are falling upon, and that's just a few of them. Okay? It says, and he confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us. Yeah, the prophets. Okay, and the heathen that done judging us. So the prophets are now judging you, Jakes, you wicked Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the heathens getting ready to judge you physically. We've laid out the judgment spiritually, which was supposed to be for your good, a way to escape and repent. But now the sword is coming. The judgment is, and now the judgment is coming. The charges were brought up. The Most High said, look, I'll give you, I'll give you another chance. You didn't want that. So now the judgment is what? Jacob's trouble. Certain people, unalivings and tortures, man. Okay? Because that's what your enemy wants. If the Most High ain't there to stop him, you through. Okay? That's what your enemy gonna do naturally. All right? And this was supposed to be your warning, man. Okay? It said, and he hath confirmed his words, which he has spake unto us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. You see, evil means bad times. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. Yeah, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. No other nation has been done like our people. So, you Jakes, you beat yourself. You got certain athletes that are so great. I used to watch Venus and Serena play. Tiger Woods. They were so good at what they did that when they lost, you clearly knew it was them. Like one thing Tiger Woods had, he had a problem with overthinking every goddamn thing. Nigga, just hit the ball, nigga. He beat himself all the damn time. Okay? You beat yourself out by not doing what you were supposed to do, man. You're under a covenant, you're under oath. And it was custom to pass this knowledge down, but our people, they lost their way in between it. And we ain't even talking about slavery, the deconstruction, the discontinuance of our heritage. Jeremiah 17, the great falling away. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. That's what happened. On top of you Jakes turning your back on the Most High, man. It says, therefore, this is let's finish at 13. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our God or our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. Yeah, you're not. So really, it's the Spirit of the Lord that got these people pointing it out. And they're not wrong. The scriptures speak about the Most High being like the clay maker and you being the clay to the heathen and to us as a nation. And he could do whatever he wants with it. And he got these heathens calling you out on your shit. Okay, so what is your racism? It has no power. Okay, your power is with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Your little anti-racism stance that you niggas are taking is completely a lost cause. Because you have your enemies that are actually the wicked calling you out for being more wicked than them. Okay. It says, and therefore the Lord shall watch, 14, therefore hath the Lord Yahweh watched upon the evil and brought it upon us. You see that? And who is the evil? Esau, Edom, Malachi, the 1st chapter, the wicked, the so-called white man. Okay, for the Lord our power is righteous in all his works, which he doeth, for we obeyed not his voice. And next is his sword, which is the so-called white man's military, which were established for correction. It says that in the book of Habakkuk. Okay, we about to be done. And now, O Lord, our God, or our power, thou hast brought thy people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and hast gotten them renown, as at this day we have sinned and we have done wickedly. O Lord, 16, according to all thy righteousness, I beseech thee, let thine anger and thy fury be turned away from thy city Jerusalem, thy holy mountain, because for our sins and for the iniquities of our fathers. Yeah, they didn't pass this knowledge down to us. We had to get it from our elders. The water for them. All right. Jerusalem and thy people are become a reproach to all that are about us. We become a reproach. That's in Deuteronomy 28 as well. They make mockery of us. And there's other scriptures that deal with this. I should have, but I didn't prepare this. There's a lot of scriptures that deal with that, how we become a reproach to our neighbors, to the heathen. Now they could just stand around and laugh and point the finger and shake their head. That's a literal precept. Now, therefore, O our God, hear the prayer of thy servant and his supplication, and cause thy face to shine upon thy sanctuary that is desolate for the Lord's sake. So now the Lord is going to shine his face. He is shining his face upon the elect, the remnant. That's why we had his knowledge. We got the Lord's whole game plan, you know, for the win. We already been told we was going to win. Okay. It says, yeah, you can read the rest of this for yourself, but I'm going to wrap it up with that. Shalom, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Till next time, shalom.